Hello, everybody. We're back with another visual pattern challenge for you. In this case, we've got a strange one. First of all, it starts with step 0 instead of step 1, so that's one difference. And this pattern is not growing. It actually seems to be shrinking. So there are fewer circles in every step. So this should be an interesting new challenge. The challenge here is to figure out how many blue circles there are going to be in step 4, so the very next step. And then if you can do that, how many would be in step 43? Would there be any left by step 43? And then can you write an equation that you could use to predict the number of blue circles in any step at all? So that's the challenge. If you'd like to try that, pause the video, see how it goes. All right, so a couple of things are different here from patterns we've done before. Starting with step 0 is a little different. And then the fact that it's decreasing is different too. But we can apply pretty much the same kinds of ideas that we've been applying all along here to figure this one out. Now, first of all, I'm just going to look at the pattern and see what I can tell from looking at it. Let's see. Yeah, this is 10 by 10. So there are 100 blue circles to start with. And then it looks like we just removed 2 here. And then we removed 2 more. And there are 6 missing here, so we removed 2 more. So it looks like we're going down by 2 every step of the pattern. So I think this is going to be a linear pattern. I'm going to list this out though, just to make sure. So we'll have the step number and the circles. We'll put this in a chart. In step 0, we have 100 circles. In step 1, we've got 98 because we took 2 away. In step 2, we've got 96 because we took 2 more away. And in step 3, we've got 94. I would predict in step 4, we're going to take away 2 more. And that would leave us with 92. So step 4, 92. Now, when we analyze the numbers in a pattern like this, we like to take the difference. 98 minus 100 is actually negative 2. 96 minus 98, also negative 2. 94 minus 96, negative 2. And 92 minus 94, negative 2. So we're getting a constant here. The difference stays the same in each step. That means it's a linear pattern. And we can use that equation y equals mx plus b to model it. And the slope m is going to be the change from step to step. And in this case, we've got a change of -2. And it's important that it's negative. If we made a mistake and said, well, the difference between 198 is 2, if we took the positive value there, or the absolute value of the difference, we'd end up writing an equation where this was growing. But since this is shrinking, we want a negative slope. So this is going to be y equals -2x, and x will be the step number, and the plus b will be whatever we have to do to make it work out, whatever to make the numbers right. Let's see what this would look like in the first step with just this much of our equation written. Y would represent the number of circles, and then we'd have -2 times the step number, and here the step number is 0. So -2 times 0 would be 0, but we have 100, so that's way off. It's off by 100. To make that right, if we were going to fix it with this b would have to be 100. So we'd have to add 100. So I'm going to put plus 100 in our equation here. So we've got y equals -2x plus 100. Let's see if that works for step 1. So y equals -2 times 1 plus 100. Well, -2 times 1 is -2. If you add -2 to 100, you'd get 98. Yeah, that's exactly what we have in step 1. Let's try this in step 2. So y equals -2 times step 2 plus 100. Well, -2 times 2 is -4, and 100 and a -4 would be 96. Yes, okay, I am confident that this equation is the right one. We've got a negative slope because our pattern is decreasing. And our starting number at step 0 is 100 circles, so that's our plus b. Now that we've got an equation, we can just plug step 43 into it and see if we can figure out if there are going to be any left in step 43 at all. So y equals -2 times step 43 plus 100. Well, -2 times 43 would be -86, and then we've got that plus 100. So I think there are 14 blue circles left in step 43. What do you think? Is that what you got? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.